everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to use this wall behind me to make a big piece, a big mess to be honest. Because I need to get some fire under my butt. I have a lot of things to do, a lot of projects I want to do. And I need a big push to start something. So today I'm recording this video because of that. And what I'm going to do is tape a very big piece of paper on that wall. More precisely, it's 70 centimeters by 1 meter. I don't know how much that is in inches, but it is a very big sheet of paper. It's close to an A0. I taped the borders not only to secure it to the wall, but then I taped it a second time to get a crisp edge all around. And I was thinking of starting the painting with watercolor and then move on to maybe gouache, maybe acrylic gouache, and then finish it with acrylic, I think, not sure. So the palette I'm going to be using is the green palette, gold, yellow, blue, green, and the equivalent to quinacridone gold, which is almost orange-ish. It has one purple though. Yeah, I forgot about that. If you haven't seen the video, there will be a link in there. We'll see. I think it will be a great contrast with the undertones of the paper, which are a bit more warm, and I kind of need a side table here to keep the paint and stuff. I'm going to empty out the top of the IKEA cart that I use, and I'm going to put a piece of wood on top so I can put my brushes on. What I'm going to do right now is wash all of these so I can put them away and put in here just the ones I'm going to be using. But yeah, I'm going to wait for those brushes to dry while I clean the palette. Good morning. So last night I forgot the brushes outside drying, and yeah, I forgot about it, and then it was very late and I didn't want to record anymore. So I'm going to start on this thing now. I then started by spraying some water on the paper and loading the brush with paint. And then adding so much paint and water that, spoiler alert, I stained the wall. Shouldn't be a big deal, but it's not great either. So I'm pretty happy with how this is going, but I think I messed up the wall. Should be fine, because even though this is a rented place, I can always paint the wall when we go away, when we get out. I don't know how to say that. Yeah, and the tape is not really holding up very well. The paper is buckling, but that's normal because I've been using a whole lot of water. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out. I'm just going to take a tissue, yeah, and absorb the heavy drops of water that don't need to be here. And then I'm going to let this dry before working on this any longer. I ended up letting it dry overnight and then deciding that I wanted to use waterproof ink. This time it's Zig Posterman in black. It is really matte and really satisfying to use. And yeah, it needs to be shaken a lot before using, which creates a lot of bubbles. And you know, those are okay when using a brush like I did, but they are super annoying when using a nib pen like I didn't, because I've done that mistake before. And for some reason, even though I could have used any brush, I felt like it was necessary to use a huge dagger brush for this. this point in the painting, I can actually see how much what I watch influences what I draw. And in this case, you can kind of tell that I've been watching One Piece. It has been a pretty big inspiration while drawing this. When I started painting this, I had recently started watching the filler arc that has the shaped island. And there's something about the way the anime team designed that island that stuck with me. I can't really tell you why, because I don't really understand why, but I guess it may have to do with the way they designed the forest and the like rock formations on the island with the village. So I find that very interesting. Good morning, guys. So as you can see, the painting I'm doing fell off the wall. This tape wasn't enough. I also painted the wall by accident, but well, I'm going to put it back up, and I hope the paper isn't too broken from the fall. But we'll see. The paper seems to be fine. The only place that's a bit dented is down here, but I think it already was dented before. It is buckling a lot because it's a very big sheet of paper that I didn't stretch, but I'm not sure how to stretch the paper on the wall. But I really wanted to do it vertically, so yeah. I haven't touched this in a few days, so I left the brush in some water, which you definitely should not do. And now my palette is gross. This thing, you can see the mark where the water was when I left it. I need to clean this properly. Okay, so I've left this to soak because this is waterproof ink, and like once you soak it, it just peels off from the ceramic dish.
After washing the palette, this exquisite specimen lets more waterproof ink dry on her palette and brush. This is not a particularly bright individual since the brush is delicate and hard to clean.
Oh, this was where I started regretting starting this. It was taking a lot of hours, the room was turned upside down, and I didn't really want to keep standing up while painting it. I was getting a bit frustrated with it as well. Hello everyone, good morning. So right now I'm at the stage of the painting where not only I don't know where this is going, but I no longer know whether I like what I already did. Like, I stepped away for a few days and I came back to it today, or rather yesterday I taped it back to the wall and washed the brush. But I have taken a break. I'm looking at it with fresh eyes. Yes, I feel a bit sluggish today. I haven't slept everything. I didn't sleep enough. But I don't know where this is going. I don't know if this is going okay. A little bit stressed. I think enough waterfalls to make this look decent. Because,
you know, whenever possible, you should include water or waterfalls in your space, because a waterfall makes a space like 20% better.
Watching One Piece also made me think about the Josué Benavides talk, so I decided to add the waterfalls and the sense of wonder with nature. I don't know how successful I was since I added so many houses, but oh well, I tried. And I added a lot of waterfalls in case you didn't notice. Also, watching One Piece has been a very nice way to take a break and feel a little bit like I've been traveling with friends instead of just staying home and going to work. But yeah, I miss traveling a lot. Next time I travel, I'd like to go somewhere I've never been to. It also makes me miss swimming. I haven't been to a swimming pool like in ages. Since before March 2020, because I didn't go to the pool at all in the beginning of 2020. So the last time I went to the swimming pool was somewhere in 2019. So yeah. But well, moving on. I added a hot air balloon for scale and to make sure it was noticeable that this island was floating, because I didn't feel like adding a landscape below it, since I wanted the focal point to be on the mass of land that is floating between the clouds. Uh, so yeah, I think the hot air balloon did the trick. Then I opened a different palette to use one single very specific color, which was quinacridone burnt orange, or PO48 if you want the pigment code, which is one of my absolute favorite shades of orange. It is really, really, really nice to paint roofs, like the Portuguese style roofs. I feel like it is the perfect color for tile roofs that look like Portuguese towns. I'm sure other cultures and other countries also use like the terracotta looking tiles for the roofs, but I live in Portugal and I see these in Portugal, and I haven't traveled as much as I'd like to, so the ones I know are here. So yeah, Portuguese tile roofs. For the final touches, I decided to use Zig Posterman white ink to add some clouds and the water splashing on the base of the waterfalls, as well as to the place where the water meets the hot air balloon and it splashes around as well, because I thought it would be pretty fun. Even though it would probably be a really bad accident if that happened in real life, I just find it kinda interesting how I can make anything happen in a painting, and does it really matter if it makes sense? I mean, it's a floating island. Why would the hot air balloon go down with a bit of water, you know? It was really hard to capture the white ink on ivory paper, but I think it looks okay on camera. Kinda. Not sure? I still need to edit that little bit. I also think white ink looks great on off-white or ivory paper, and I feel like it looks kind of classy, so I signed this one with white. I don't know why, but I just really like the way it looks. Especially, like, it's great when it's a drawing, but handwriting with white on ivory, I just really like it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and feel inspired to draw or paint or anything. This project sure put some fire under my butt, but I really enjoyed it, and the only thing is that next time I make something like this, I'd like to tidy up the room just a little bit before I start, because things were getting in the way at some point. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing and stuff, because that helps these videos and my channel to get to new people, so we can have fun together, I think. Yeah, I haven't done outros in a while, so it feels awkward to ask people to like and subscribe, you know.